equations with cosine. The graph of y equals cos x. We've got the cosine ratio on the vertical axis and angles on the horizontal axis. We can see that the graph is symmetrical about the y-axis, and it repeats every 360 degrees, the period of the graph. Example 1. So we're looking at the cosine graph in the interval 0 to 180 degrees, and we want to work out the value of cos 60, the cosine ratio. So starting with 60 degrees, and the ratio is 0.5. So starting with the cosine ratio, so cos inverse, so using the inverse cosine function, 60 degrees. Example 2, we're going to solve this equation graphically, where the angle x is in this interval. On the same graph, I'm going to sketch y equals cos x and y equals a half. So the cosine graph, and there's y equals a half, and it's the horizontal line that goes through. How many solutions are there? There are 6 solutions. So the first one, this is the one your calculator will give you. So if you do cos inverse of a half, you get 60 degrees. It's called the principal value. It's the only value that your calculator will give you, the only angle. When you do cos inverse on your calculator, it returns an angle between 0 and 180 degrees. So our first angle, so by symmetry there's another one on this side here. So we have minus 60 degrees. The period of the graph is 360 degrees. So 60 plus 360 gives 420. Minus 60 plus 360 gives 300. And starting here, 60 and then minus 360 gives us minus 300. And then starting with minus 60, and then if we do minus 360 to that, we get minus 420. So we've worked out all 6 solutions. So the order was this one first, the one from your calculator. So if you do cos inverse of a half, change the sign, so now you've got this one. And to get all the ones highlighted in yellow, it was plus or minus 360 degrees to these two. And we can summarize the method like this. Angle from calculator, change its sign, plus or minus 360 to both of these two. Part B. Now we're going to solve the same equation using these symmetries that we've worked out without doing any sketches. So first step, so our angle is x. We've got x here, here, this is the angle that we're working with. So from the calculator, and then change the sign, plus 360, minus 360, and we do the same to this angle, and then we do that again. So it's 60 plus 360 to get 420, plus 360, 780. Starting with 60 again, minus 360 to get minus 300, then minus 360 again to get minus 660. So add 360 along the top and minus 360 along the bottom, and we do the same with this angle here, adding 360 along the top, minus 360 underneath here. Some of them are within this interval, so they form our solution, and others we're going to discard. So 60 is okay, so it's 420, 780 is not, minus 300 is fine, minus 660 is out of range, minus 60 is okay, minus 420 is good, out of range, out of range. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 angles which are within this interval. And then we should list our solutions separately at the end.